MSME.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the MSME Leadership Series presented by the Union Bank of India along with CNBC TV 18. It is well known that MSMEs contribute greatly to economic diversification and social stability. The Organization for the Economic Cooperation Development reports that over 95% of enterprises in the OECD region account for MSMEs and account for almost half of private sector employment. Well, this is resounding proof of the pivotal role of MSMEs in the success stories of economies the world over. Well, the MSME is indeed playing an important role in the nation-building process. To kickstart this evening and set the context for the MSME Leadership Series, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. A.B. Ravi, Editor Special Projects, CNBC TV 18.
MSME is a subject that is close to our heart. We at CNBC TV 18 have recognized the importance of this sector for the growth of our economy quite early in our day. So in our own way, we have been espousing as well as celebrating the success through various editorial shows. We all know the potential of this sector is huge. It can transform the country dramatically. We at CNBC TV 18 and our partner Union Bank of India felt very strong about creating a forum that would bring MSME players and other stakeholders on a single platform. A platform that makes it possible to discuss and deliberate on the needs of this growing tribe of MSMEs. A platform that draws the attention of policymakers on what more needs to be done to fast-track the MSME sector in this country. Thus was born the MSME Leadership Series. To start with, we identified manufacturing hubs like Coimbatore, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, and Delhi to host this event. Coimbatore was the first leg, and today we are in Hyderabad. We hope this platform becomes the melting pot for MSMEs. Thank you very much.
I would now like to call on stage a man who has been espousing this cause for the longest time. Please welcome on stage Mr. Rakesh Sethi, Executive Director, Union Bank of India.
On behalf of Union Bank of India, it's a privilege for me to be here in Hyderabad, City of Pearls, and as the title goes, MSME Leadership Series. I salute all the leaders who are present here. You in your own way, even you are running a small unit or maybe running a bigger unit, when you are the controller of your unit, for me, you are the leader. To provide the proper linkage, MSME Leadership Series. To a banker, providing a finance is a religion. It's not something as if we oblige any person by providing a loan. I think if that theme is captured by each and every banker, it makes the job very easier for the people, those who are looking for finance. I personally believe, if one of the unit is provide a finance, say even 5 crore rupees, I'm just giving an example, multiply it by with whatever number you have to look into. And that person, that entrepreneur, if he is providing employment to 10 to 15 people, banker has been only an enabler factor to make the economy going, to make the economy grow. It is the entrepreneur skill of yours, plus providing employment to 10 people or 50 or 13,000. The number is endless, but that is how economy is surviving. The family of those people are equally dependent upon you, and as a banker, I have got an opportunity to be a part of that entire process. I think that makes the banker's job very clear. According to me, 2-3 things if we are taking care of, this can provide you more easier way of getting the finance. One is your credit rating. Better the credit rating, one advantage, your rate of interest cost reduces. Another factor which comes, kindly take it positively, that's about the transparency. It's more a job of the professional to tell the MSME or the business units, one, my balance sheet should be very clear. The balance sheet, what it reflects, that is what is coming to the bank for credit appraisal requirement. Another part is your projections of the balance sheet. Opportunities as they come, I think more of banker and all of you being together, that makes more sense. And at the same time, when I say MSME leadership, I truly mean the leadership has to come from anybody and everybody. Thank you very much.
When we talk about MSME, typically this is one sector which enables the so equitable distribution of the natural wealth or the natural resources. From that point of view, it becomes all the more important for us bankers or the society for that matter or the government to come together and create an ecosystem whereby MSME, which has got the largest potential, about 20-22% of the employment it gives. One of every 15 Indian is employed in this sector. Look at the exports, about 45% is contributed by MSME or to the manufacturing sector.
It's now time to steer the course of the evening towards the panel discussion on the MSME sector in India, issues, challenges, and opportunities. To moderate this panel discussion, I would again like to invite back on stage Mr. A.B. Ravi, Editor, Special Projects.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this special panel discussion on issues, challenges, and opportunities for the MSME sector. I want Mr. B. Mohan Reddy to answer. We know the virtues of MSME. It makes something like 7,000 products. It contributes 45% to the industrial output, 40% to exports. We know all the 46 million people, employment generated 21%. Yet this sector gets a stepmotherly treatment. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, 100%. Why just MSME? I guess the industry gets a stepmotherly treatment because we've all been fighting about ease of doing business in this country. And hopefully the new government will announce a new policy by 16th of January.
Okay.
And we hope to get many of these things resolved. Absolutely, it's shameful for a nation of our size and our momentum with 7.5% GDP growth. We still say, in terms of ease of doing business, we figure ourselves at 138 or 139.
No, 130. We moved 12 notches up.
12 notches above. Somewhere around that number. Doesn't make any difference at all. We're still at the bottom quartile of the whole thing. So therefore, I think the industry, especially so, the MSME segment of the industry requires attention for sure. It's very well documented even in advanced countries like United States. 60% of jobs, I repeat, 60% of jobs are created by small, medium or new startup companies. Existing large companies only create 40% of the jobs. So any nation, if they have to progress, if they have to create more amount of employment, there's an imminent need in terms of promoting the small and medium enterprises. That goes without any saying.
So Raj, your comment, stepmotherly treatment?
Yeah, I think, like you said, world over, and then we work with so many companies across all these countries. The MSME sector is the most vibrant one. And India, people are very entrepreneurial. For a long time, the animal pits were suppressed, I think 92 or whatever.
Okay, yeah. Very cocoon economy.
Yeah. So it kind of developed, but though I think there's a lot of talk and a lot of policies are designed, but my own experience and the experience of people or other companies we work with has not been great because none of these policies actually get translated into action on the ground. So that way I think the industry has not been able to grow, the sector has not been able to grow to its potential. There's a huge potential, but there's a lot of...
I don't know, it's only contributing 8% to GDP. We can scale it up. Quick comment from you about the step-on-the treatment part.
There is a large potential in this country for the MSME growth, but there's no good support from the government and other sectors. So that's the thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get the banker in. When you look at your portfolio MSME sector, do you feel what this gentlemen are saying is justified?
See, the panelists, they have raised very good points. It's not only the finance which makes the industry to run. There are plenty of other regulations and the environment, ease of doing business, as Mr. Reddy has also offered. You are entrepreneurs in your own way. As a banker, we are equally entrepreneurs. When we are financing, we equally take a challenge and a risk. So to assess that risk, it's the entrepreneurship in other sense. Maybe you are employee, you are the owners, that's the only difference. But money given is equally to be weighed properly. two things which are more important for a banker. One is provide timely finance, another is provide adequate finance. It should not be more than what he is looking for. Reason being, if you are looking 5 crore and I have provided you finance of 6 or 7 crore, that 1 crore will go into a wasteful expenditure, maybe family use somewhere else onto the non-productive sector, one part. And if it is a underfinancing, again there is a risk that 1 crore if I have provided a short finance, somewhere else you will have to arrange for.
So you have to do a tight balancing.
You have to do a proper balancing. That's why I was laying a emphasis on your project. When you are making it should be realistic. And as a banker, we feel happy. I use the word, it's not an obligation from my side that I am obliged to provide a finance. No, it's my religion to provide a finance. So, according to me, no, these are the people who have to grow and we have to provide that finance. There is no question of stepmotherly treatment. It's a one-to-one partnership.
Today there are angel funds, startup fund, private equity players, VC funds, SIDBI, Mudra Bank, private bank, public, everybody. So there's too much money chasing the entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Finance is available. Then where is it is being given to some other sector? Is the flavor seem to be e-commerce model, something like that?
Good question, Ravi. What you said is right. Compared to when I started business 25 years back, the amount of money that's available today chasing good companies is fairly large. But again, if you look at the angel investors, or you're talking about venture capitalists or the private equity players and so on and so forth, they all go by the flavor of the season. The flavor of the season right now is e-commerce, and that's how you get that billions of dollars of market capitalization or valuations, or for that matter, even India today, I don't know how many of you are aware, 7 unicorns are there. Unicorns are people who created the billion-dollar valuation companies within 18 months from they started the company. And so therefore, we can't say small companies are not being promoted in this country, because there are 132 in all, I believe, in the whole world, and 7 of them are from India at this point.
Unicorns also become unicorps, I was told, the next.
Yeah, possibly yes, possibly yes. So therefore, I think there is plenty of money, to the point you said, Ravi. But at the same time, I think there are a number of sectors which are not being addressed by these groups. Because some of these groups, like the angel investors who are there, angel investors are people who are high net worth individuals, made money in the recent past. Maybe I'll also qualify myself as an angel investor. But then the challenge people like me even have today is that I like to invest in technologies where I understand better. So therefore, if you look at my portfolio, they're all technology companies. Whereas the need of the hour is not just necessarily technology companies. You will definitely require more amount of brick and mortar companies too. That is where I think we have a big challenge.
Finance part, where for the industry where you come from.
Yeah, I think basically us is more food industry, and our business model also is little unique. So I think the biggest challenge we have is people not being able to understand what we are doing, because it encompasses agriculture, food processing. Because it's not about me, but it's about companies which are trying to develop new models of business. So I think there's a lot of understanding. So bank finance becomes very difficult, because today finance is more based on asset-based financing or collateral-based financing. And in businesses which are asset-light, it becomes very difficult for the banker to understand. And I think a lot of small...
If I understand, you're in the agriculture sector, if that's right?
That's right.
So I think agriculture financing should not be issue as far as banker is concerned.
I think if you're asking me tomorrow, we will get my man there and we will start that issue.
Now that solves the problem. See, a quick solution.
So I think this is what bankers understand, but I think a lot of times the businesses are a little different. And particularly when you're starting a young business and in a fast growth phase, bankers a lot of time don't understand this. There's nothing to blame, because I think that's how the whole thing has evolved. But unless we change this and then banks are able to understand these businesses better based on new business models, then it becomes difficult. Yes, there's a lot of private equity available, but then again it's only chasing, like Mr. Reddy told, a few sectors, because I think that's what has got developed, and that's where a lot of entrepreneurs have.
Private equity is only banking the winners. Everybody loves a winner.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of sectors which are neglected. I think there's a huge gap in that sense.
Okay, let me get ready. I want to be very specific. Is cost of fund the big issue, or the availability of finance the big issue for you?
No.
Before I get the bankers.
Yeah, the cost of the funds is, is important now.
Okay.
We for exports, we get it 11% cost of the credit. And when we export our products, we have to compete with Chinese market, Chinese, they get very low cost funding. And thereby we are not able to compete with them. So 11% itself is very high for the export market.
So that's where I think plus the transaction cost comes into the exporters. Actually.
Yes.
So cost of fund is an issue.
Cost of fund is an issue now for exports.
So okay, as banker, how do we make our exporters, our industry, MSME, globally competitive? Where cost of fund is concerned.
To the exporters, not only to him. If you are exporting, you are earning in dollars. So better have your funding also in dollars. That will reduce your cost to a reasonable extent. It may be LIBOR plus 2% or 2.5% or 3% depending upon, but you are compensated. One is that you don't have the hedging risk if it is coming from dollar to dollar, and you are saving on your cost of funds also.
I want to get to the next leg, technology. Is technology really a challenge for the MSME sector? Or you think it is reaching there also?
It's not a challenge at all. I think technology has become all pervasive in every part of life today.
Okay.
And if MSMEs are not embracing technology, I think they do have challenges. To scale business, technology becomes very important. To make your business efficient, technology becomes very important. It's proven beyond doubt. What we keep saying right now is that there will be 3 different companies that will exist in years to come. People who create technology, people who consume technology, the third set of people are the people who use technology. That's all the 3 types of companies that will exist in the world. And look at them. I'll give you very concrete examples. Well, how do you describe a company called Uber? I'm sure all of you are familiar with them. Somebody says taxi company.
And Airbnb, both.
Airbnb, both of them.
Well, valuation something
Airbnb
$40
does not
billion.
own a single hotel room.
Yeah.
Last week they sold 600,000 rooms a night. So it's a technology platform. So there'll be a tremendous amount of disruption that will happen in every sector. And unless people imbue technology, embrace technology, and make sure that they are deployed well, not because I'm a technology provider I'm saying this, but I'm honestly sharing with my friends here today in the audience, that please make sure that you use the technology after you build robust processes. Technology will not solve your problem. Please first get your processes right, then you deploy your technology. Thereafter, you can scale, to any levels that you want.
Okay, I think I'm going to come to the wrap-up questions. If FM or the MSME ministry came to you, what are 3 or 4 suggestions will you give to transform this sector?
The first and the foremost is, I certainly want to make sure that we have a electronic portal that's created with a simple format in which I can register my company and I can fill up the forms electronically as opposed to doing it manually.
Second.
The second one is, if I failed in my business, I should be in a position to exit myself. Third is that I should definitely have lesser amount of harassment from income tax authorities.
Okay.
I know I might probably, because today income tax is another big issue that we have. There are certain rules which are very draconian at this point of time. Startups actually today suffer from paying taxes as capital gains. I don't know whether you know the rule or not, but that I gave an example of the recent past.
Okay.
So therefore, I think these are the 3 things I would ask for.
So, Raj?
And one thing I would ask is better access to finance, particularly for startup young companies, because the balance sheet comes when you become mature. But how do you reach that stage? I think support is required till a company becomes mature and the balance sheet becomes strong. That is, and then second is, like we talked about ease of business. Today for a brick-and-mortar company, there are innumerable regulations. And then a lot of times the entrepreneur only discovers over a period of time, and perhaps a lot of times the hard way. So like Mr. Reddy told, is there some way we can do online and then do 1 or 2 applications or filling up and then everything is taken care of? That would hugely help. And third one is in terms of labor laws, make it simple. Today actually, if you want to comply with everything, the labor laws, the checklist runs into about 5 or 6 pages.
Okay.
So can this be done, ensure that the checklist becomes 1 page?
Mr. Reddy?
Yeah, if you ask about me, as he was saying, that adequate and timely finance And second thing is that the government should have the training centers, and they make the skilled manpower available to this industry. That's very, very important, which we are lacking in this country. So if you look at the third thing is, especially for the SMEs, lot of promotion councils are there in India, but still the exposure to the overseas market, the SME sector is not getting it. That government needs to do lot of efforts on that.
Okay, final word to the banker.
One is that demographic dividend we keep on talking. That is where the government steps are required in a big way. The person may be MBA, person may be BA or whatsoever, but is he technically qualified to do the job? Otherwise, it becomes more of a degree. That is where more focus is required. As a banker, we also have a pain point in the sense DRTs are there, but if you go for recovery suit, there are the other courts who are putting the stay orders in between. The dates are not happening for 6 months altogether. Ultimately, if the recovery is happening faster, the cost for the funding also gets lower, another part of it. Exit route, as he rightly said, company, when it will get declared insolvent, who is going to take over the charge of that? Still, those laws have to become where there should be a penalty for wrongdoing. Quick disposal of that cases will make the economy to move more faster. As a banker, yes, we should be providing the finance at the earliest. That part I agree.
Okay, gentlemen, very well put. Thanks a lot. Thank you, gentlemen, for being on the show very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you all for that profound panel discussion. The citation for the best MSME in Hyderabad .
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.